Now we are going to discuss about G.P. Thomson experiment. In 1928, G.P. Thomson experimentally proved the wave nature of the particles. So coming to the principle of the G.P. Thomson experiment, the electrons which are coming out from the source are incident on the thin metal foil of gold or aluminum. The electrons are diffracted. The diffracted electrons produce diffraction fringes on the photographic plate placed behind the foil. It explains the dual nature of matter. And coming to the experimental setup, the experimental setup consists of the following parts: the filament F, anode A, cathode C, slit S, gold foil G, and the photographic plate P. And the whole experiment is carried out in an evacuated chamber. Now the filament F is heated by using a suitable battery. Now the fast moving electrons are produced from the filament and they pass through the high positive potential of anode A. So here generally the cathode and anode are maintained at a high potential difference of 10,000 volts to 50,000 volts. The electrons which are produced from the filament, they pass through the anode which is in the form of slit and are incident on the thin foil of gold. So the thickness of the gold is of the order of 10 to the power of minus 8 centimeters, and after passing through the gold foil, the diffracted beam is obtained and is obtained on a photographic plate. So when we develop the plate, the diffraction pattern consists of concentric rings about a central bright spot is obtained. The pattern is similar to the X-rays when they are incident on a crystal. So the diffraction pattern can be studied by using the Bragg's law 2d sin theta is equal to n lambda. To make sure that the pattern of fringes is deflected by the application of magnetic field, Thomson applied a magnetic field to the electrons which are coming out of the gold foil. So they are being deflected and the pattern is shifted as a whole because as the electron charge is negative, they are affected by electric or magnetic fields. But X-rays have no charge, so they are not deflected by electric and magnetic fields. So as this pattern is being shifted as a whole when the magnetic field is applied, Thomson concluded that electrons behave like a wave. Coming to the wavelength of the electrons, calculation of wavelength of the electrons, let us consider OA is the radius r. From the diffraction pattern obtained, let us consider that OA is the radius r of the ring, of the diffraction ring which is obtained on the photographic plate. Next, LB, the distance between the gold foil G and the photographic plate P. So from the triangle QOA, tan 2 theta is equal to R by L. As theta is small, then we can write it as theta is equal to R by 2L. According to Bragg's law, 2d sin theta is equal to n lambda. As theta is small, we can write sin theta is equal to theta. Therefore, Bragg's law can be written as 2d theta is equal to n lambda. Now substituting the value of a theta, that is theta is equal to R by 2L, we can write it as n lambda is equal to 2d into R by 2L. Therefore lambda is equal to dr by nl. So that is equation number 1. So according to de Broglie wavelength for electrons, as lambda is equal to 12.27 by root v, that is equation 2. As equation 1 and 2 are almost equal, this confirms the existence of matter waves. The wave nature of the matter or the particles is verified experimentally. Thank you.